welcome back to my channel, Growing with Lizzie, our channel where we love, we grow, and we learn. Well, this video is a little bit personal to me. It took me a long time to do this video, to actually get the strength to go out there and do it. It is very personal, and I've been diagnosed with thyroid disease about a year ago, and I actually accidentally found out. I was not looking for that. Like, I noticed something around my neck, but I really never paid attention to it. So how I found out: about last year, 2018 winter, around January, February. Not sure of the exact dates, but I was working about 7 days a week, doing my regular job, 7 days a week, doing all that overtime, and then coming back and even driving as an Uber driver. And it was really cold, I remember, and it was like, I was so exhausted. You know, being a single mom, it was not easy. So it still isn't easy, but you have to keep, you have to keep trying, keep being strong. But, I remember getting very sick. Like, I got really weak. I know my body, like you know your body. And, I just didn't feel right. Like, I was like, one day I was carrying a bunch of groceries, which I always do, up the stairs and where we were staying, and I felt like I got the wind knocked out of me. Like, I couldn't breathe. It was horrible. Like, I fell like right on my bed. Like, I threw the groceries on top of the bed, and I just like had to stop. Like, I was go, and I was going to work. I couldn't breathe. I could not breathe well, and it was just taking deep breaths and trying to take a deep breath, and it was horrible. So then, that's my son over there playing his little video game. But back to the topic. It was really horrible. So I even went to work that night, and I got off at 12 midnight, and I went straight to drive myself to the emergency room. I didn't know what it was, but it just didn't feel right. So I'm not the person, unless it really stops me, I'm not going to the hospital. Not at all. So when I got there, they took me in the back. I did an x-ray. They couldn't find anything, so they put me through a CAT scan. And then when I went to the CAT scan, they found out that I had pneumonia. Like, a touch of pneumonia is what they call it, but I felt really bad. So it was, I think, the nurse coming in to tell me. And then the doctor came in, and he was like, "Oh, I saw some pneumonia. We're going to get you some antibiotics, and you have to get it. It's really, like, if you don't take care of it now, it's going to be really bad." So he also asked me if I knew anything about thyroid disease, and I said, "No, sir. I don't know any. I don't even know what's thyroid. I didn't even know. I mean, who knows about their thyroid until someone says anything about certain parts of your body?" I didn't know. So he said in the CAT scan, it shows that I have a lump or something, like it's swollen or something going on in there. I don't know if you see a little bit of the lumpiness right here. Yeah. So he told me, he said, you really need to get that checked. You need research on thyroid disease. And the whole time I was like, that's all he said. Go get checked. Go see a doctor. So he's, I had to deal with pneumonia, and then had to deal with this other thing telling me, what is thyroid disease? I didn't know what it is. So I was sitting there Googling up on my phone. I took my phone, going on the computer, Googling up. It was driving me crazy. Thyroid cancer, everything was going up. And I was like, no. So when I went in, made an appointment with the doctor, and they did an exam to me. So this little picture I printed up from the computer. The doctor will feel around your neck, just like that. And that's what they did. So when she felt around my neck, she felt a lump. Now, I felt something like that before, but I ignored it. People do not ignore. When your body has something different, something new that pops up on your body, find out. It is good to find out. Go find out before it could be too late. So this is very common. You know, thyroid disease is very common in people. You can research it. I did a little research. I mean, I was all over, but consult a doctor. If you feel anything lumpy or anything different about this, it's the butter-shaped gland right here in your neck. And if you feel anything different, I know you see it. I mean, I don't know. When I swallow, if you can notice. But, yeah, there's a lump right here. So, if you notice anything weird, you know, do your own little exam. If you know anything weird around your neck, consult a doctor. Do not sit there and go crazy and start Googling everything. I mean, you could do research, but don't go crazy, because that's what will happen. But throughout this whole process, it was tough. It was really hard. So she told me I have to do an ultrasound. So I went, and she scheduled me for an ultrasound. And then when I did the ultrasound, it came back as an abnormal ultrasound. So they said, I'm not telling you it's cancer or you know, anything. So it was like, of course, half information they gave me. So I was like Googling, got on the computer, and I was like, thyroid cancer, throat cancer, all this stuff. I was going crazy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Wait, patience. It is hard. It is tough. When you go in there, you don't know what to expect. And so I went and took, they recommended me to take a fine needle aspiration. That is a needle that will go through, because let me back up a little bit. On the ultrasound, it was abnormal. It showed that I have goiters. A goiter is multiple nodules, like multiple nodules, like it's like inflammation in your thyroid. So they call it a goiter. Enlarged. It's very enlarged right here. I have right here, and it was large enough to do surgery or something, they said. Or it was a lot of, these doctors were, you know, these doctors are like telling you half things, and gotta get a good doctor, remember that. So I went in because they said it could be cancer, it couldn't be cancer. So I went in and I did the needle. It is a long, skinny needle that they stick right in my nodule. And it was going in. So they had to like test and do biopsy to see if it was cancer or anything. And yeah, it just a lot of pressure, and it was so uncomfortable. I was laying down stretched on the little bed, and he was just felt all this pressure, it was so uncomfortable. But they do talk to you. They made my process go a little bit more comfortable, even though it was very nervous. And it was very, very, oh my gosh, just going through all this slow process. It was a lot. It was just all the worries that were going through my head. And my family, like I said, is very supportive. My mom, my dad, they're, you know, hope for the best always. And they had the lab close by where they did, they made sure they got enough cells, enough samples where they can, you know, they can, if they didn't get enough, they can go back in there at that same time instead of me coming back another time. Which, thank God, because can you imagine? I left and then I had to come back, and then it would have been crazy. So anyway, so after all that said and done, I came back, and thank God that I do not have cancer. So they tell me that it cannot be reversed. So I even asked them, I said, well, what if I change my way of eating, or, you know, change that? Because the doctor said it is big enough to do surgery now. So right now it's growing slow. But I don't know if you ever seen anybody with the big old lump here. I do not want that. So that's why I decided to change my lifestyle, because there have been studies, there have been, well, there's some YouTube videos as well. You can go check that out. That will tell you about how they reversed it. Like, they changed it into a plant-based diet. So eventually, after my lifestyle, after I go through this, I will slowly wean myself off of meat. Only fish I would, you know, completely eat. I'll eat some chicken now, but slowly get off of it to turn into a plant-based diet. And that's what, not a diet, a lifestyle, forgive me. So with that being said, the doctor said that later on, if it gets bigger, I will have to do surgery. I do not want any surgery. I am going to see if I can prove them wrong and change the way my lifestyle is, and see from there. We will see if this process works, and stay tuned, because you're going with me through this process. We're growing with Lizzie, and we will keep on this, because that's what I'm, you know, hoping for. That's what I'm praying for. So with that being said, we will see what will happen, and we are gonna do it. We will do this, because we have to take care of our health. Everybody is going through a lot of things, and you do not have to go through this alone. I am here. You guys are here for me. We are our support team, and we will make this. And this, let's see. With that being said, guys, love you guys. Enjoy your weekend.